Okay, hello. For some reason, OBS didn't actually start the stream here. I don't know why. Actually, I did click the button, but OBS decided otherwise. And Lucas Dirksen sets in another time. Dominic Nielsen goes on the pit lane. Has invalidated again. This is Ryan Montano, invalid lap, but he will start another one now. And Mangel Fernandez gets a little closer to Lucas Dirksen. So you can see the rain has stopped and the track is now starting to dry up, which is the interesting thing we will have in this qualifying today, because now a bit less than half of the qualifying is done, and the rain has stopped, and the track is starting to dry up now. So the laps will get quicker, very quick now, and we might see some chaos at the end. And this actually looks pretty dry already. In the game, the track of course dries up way quicker than in real life. Ryan Montano makes it purple in the first sector, but anyone coming from behind will probably make it even quicker. Especially as soon as DRS gets enabled by the game. We see a Baggets. Chapel. And it's purple again. 3 seconds faster than his personal best, which will put him easily on pole position for now. And will for a quick moment. Never mind. Ray Montano has realized, okay, it's time for dries. I think so does his teammate. So, only character who actually finished the lap now is this guy. It's Cosmo, already on the dries. But the out lap it was for him. Now it is a actual lap. And Cosmo, what can he do? Oh, he can lock up the tire and take up some marbles, as you can see there on the rear tire. He had for a moment. Now, oh, close. He was under the track limits there actually, but the game didn't invalidate him. Interesting. And it is purple sector 1 for ALVH. Takes the loop, pretty good by the looks of it. And you can see the track being dry now. So now everybody who has set it up, well, it doesn't bring you anything, and people like Noah Folks, Dominic Nielsen didn't set it up actually. They don't get damage from it. Not really. I'm still not on it, it's on. And here we go. And LVH goes in pole position by 5 seconds for now, because time's rolling now quickly. This is Milan Dirksen. Not quite sure if he is the next one to cross the line with a set lap, but I think he is. Yes, he is. Except it's Dominic Nielsen, but no, it's not. Milan Dirksen, next one to set a time here at Silverstone. Milan Dirksen rounds here through Stowe. There's the NRL Racing League. I think I made a video for them actually in the past. If it's the NRL Racing League, I remember. But we'll come and chat. Milan Dirksen tops the times with 1.5 seconds after the transition from wet to dry during this qualifying. All the times will tumble. I'm still not quite sure who's actually on a lap right now and who's not. Oh, Cosmo, he's in the pit lane. And Dominic Nielsen has just set it up. You just resort something here on my other monitor. And Slime King goes in for P2. What can the teammate of Dominic Nielsen do? It's Fuchs. But actually, let's have a look first at this guy. It's Raphael Spring. Only P3. It's fine, actually, but can be better. And here we go. Hugo Pavlikovsky puts himself into the top 5. Next one to cross the line and lag over the line, actually. This is Noah Fuchs. And here's Max Danville starting his lap. Let's spectate that one here. The yellow flags. That's a car from Alfa Romeo there. And here we go. Max Danville. Going around here. And Manuel Fernandez goes on pole position for now by, wow, 11 thousandths of a second. Well, that's a close thing. And here we go. Max Glanville through Maggots, Baggots, Chapel. Maggots, Baggots, and Chapel. You can take this one with a little bit of throttle on. And there we go, Exonic. Trying to, well, root for his mate Manuel Fernandez, who is currently on pole position. But what can Max Glanville do? Currently in the last position. But with him having now an opportunity to catch up a lot, he will surely do so. Going over the line, and it is P7 for Max Glanville here. It's a solid lap. Putting yourself in the midfield should be enough, by far. Brian want to know. He has his rear light flashing. DRS is enabled, so the track should be determined as dry. Which would mean that his ERS is empty, and he just proves it to us. Going to the pit lane, followed by the Haas of Manuel Fernandez, who clearly has speeded there. Not quite sure what he was doing there. Meanwhile, the teammate also... Oh! Look, Trynerson loses it in the Maggots packet and he's out! He is out of qualifying in a horrendous accident, as you would say in real life. Luckily, it is only a fractured car that Luke Trynerson has just put into the wall. And Maggots Baggots Chapel, somewhere on the left there, it was, there on the wall, with a lot of speed. This is Lucas Turkson, who dropped down to P13 and only has this run and another one following. To actually set a lap, and it is only P5 for Lucas Turkson, only P5, even though it's just 0.2 seconds the difference. So if he doesn't speed up now on his out lap, or in a slow lap here, he will definitely have a problem. And he's just lagging through here, so... He's lagging issues in spectator mode are weird recently. This is Joep van Leeuwen. Red Bulls only got one car in the top 10 right now. But as soon as Joep van Leeuwen would get in front of his teammate, it's still only one car because he would push him out then. Here through the loop he goes. And just a reminder, these were the points before the event has started. Lucas Turkson in the lead, followed by Raphael Sprang, Ray Montano, and Luke Trynerson. And behind there's a small point gap. Actually, my OBS is just too small to actually see or read the text properly. I can't make it bigger. So I'm sorry. There we go. This is Joep van Leeuwen having a lot of traffic, and this is Lucas Starkson impeding him. And I think we don't have to discuss about who's at fault here. I think it's pretty clear that Lucas Starkson should be penalized for that after the race. And that's a qualifying ban by my quick knowledge. And Joep van Leeuwen got completely screwed. He has to get to the line now within the next 5 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he just got over the line. So Joep van Leeuwen can try a lap, but it's invalid. So it won't count anyways. So Joep van Leeuwen got pretty much screwed by Lucas Starkson here. Which surely would be qualifying ban. And this is Rafael Spreng. First one to finalize his result. Never mind, it was Max Glanville actually, who spun over the line. There he is. And this is Rafael Spreng. He set his lap. He made Dale Vage. He will be the next one. What can he do? Dale Vage. Going down the hanger straight in the back. There we can see Alfa Romeo, who's not driving. Next one should be Hubert Pawlikowski then. There was a spin. It was Lucas Starkson. Lucas Starkson spun. So he will be surely in P5 or worse. And here's Dale Vage. What can he do? Go over the line, mate. And for Dale Vage has no improvement in terms of positions, but still. Nearly a second gained. Next one, Noah Fuchs. Never mind. Tony Nielsen just finalized his result. And I'm pretty confused with who is here still driving. This is Max Glanville, chilling there at the apex. Joep van Leeuwen finishing. Lucas Starkson is retired. And there we go. This is the result. On pole position, Rafael Spreng actually. I completely missed that. Manuel Fernandez puts in P2. And P3 is Dominic Nielsen for sure. Here we see it. Slime King in P4. Lucas Starkson only P5 after impeding. That's, well, pretty obvious. What he will get next race. A qualifying ban. I think we don't have to discuss that one. Royal Montano in P6. And, well, yeah. Race director, let's have a look. Incidents. No time penalty actually given here. And no pit stops. Well, how should they do it anyways? So now let's have a look real quick at the race. Oh, it's sprint race now. Yeah, it's a sprint race. Actually, pretty nice. So, well, the lower third there just said that Lucas Starkson's to go. I think we can discuss that it's not anymore. Here from round 6 at Silverstone. Now the sprint race at these 18 turns of 5, stretch on 5.891 kilometers here in England, with the action spot being in turn 10 to 14. And as you can see here in the intro, the track is dry. And in the qualifying it was wet. But now it's dry again. Well, we're ready to fight for the pole position in the main race. And here it is. This is the formation lap. I think serious for now. Rafael Spreng. He will start from pole position today. So let's find out what he can do here at this sprint race. Yes, the biggest advantage that he can have. But behind him is Manuel Fernandez. He is on the inside line. So the inside is a pretty good spot to push someone off into turn 1. Or get spun. Which I actually just teased that with the sponsoring in turn 1. There you can see the banner in the background, replicating the old one, the old design of this league. Just to get a little bit of a throwback this league. And on this track, if you go on the pit lane, you will lose 27 seconds worth of time, which is a lot, considering that the pit lane is actually pretty short when you measure it from the last turn, but you have lots of track to cover when you enter the pit lane actually. That's why you lose so much time. Well, and here we have the Mercedes of Lucas Dirksen. He'll have trouble after the race, after impeding here someone in qualifying. This is not good for him, and he will probably be banned from the next qualifying, which will happen at, well, here you know, the former league owner definitely knowing the calendar, and I'll just tell anyone that I used to own this league, and I'm basically treated like the owner for many people. And this is Rufford Spring now, rounding the final corner. What can he do? Goes past his teammate who got disqualified due to a collision with Noah Fuchs. Little H having cool tires and being placed a bit further back in the grid slot. Who will miss his grid slot? It is, have a look there, Red Bull, one on the left side. Pavlikovsky was a little close to the AlphaTauri there. Slime King is still needed, and the camera's doing some weird circles here. And we should get the lights now. Still bad camera, 5 lights. And it is lights, I don't know where we go. We got a bad camera angle and we got a bad start from Rufford Spring, who loses a lot of positions here on the start, similar to me in Qatar after the restart. And there goes one car right, it's Dale Vage. Manuel Fernandez leads the race. And here we see Dominic Nielsen trying to get past Slime King. Slime King now just in P3, but still he gained a position. And Lucas Dirksen still stays in P5. Rufford Spring, he lost a lot of time here. And a Mercedes behind him. And here we see Slime King trying to get up a few places. Oh, and he makes mistakes. This was good for Rufford Spring. He gets back onto the podium, and right behind Slime King there's Lucas Dirksen. Now also having a look at the rear of the AlphaTauri. And surely no one will try and overtake in cops. I hope so, at least. And the gap is not updating for Dominic Nielsen for some strange reason, but he is close. He's very close to Manuel Fernandez. You can see he's not really the best guy in terms of race pace, and now we will see some action. Here goes Dominic Nielsen onto the outside of Manuel Fernandez. Through Stowe they go. He did an overtake around the outside for Dominic Nielsen. It is, and it's amazingly done. And Rufford Spring also had a look at it, and there's a spin from Pim Groenewegen. Oh, Rufford Spring, he does it through the last turn. An amazing overtake here by the Ferrari driver. And he can keep the position actually. We didn't even have a spin in the first lap. Not really. Only Pim Groenewegen. But no big collision here on the start. Just good. And now I can breathe a little bit again. Dominic Nielsen going out to the left side, trying to break the toe for Rufford Spring, who even missed the braking point. And this is Manuel Fernandez, who you can see there. LVH made a mistake there in the back. Rufford Spring, he will surely get DRS, and he now has a big toe on Dominic Nielsen. He loses a bit of time here in Mackie's Becker's Chapel, but the exit of the chapel is the most important one you can get. No DRS yet, but still the toe on this incredibly long hanger straight is enough for Rufford Spring to regain his lead. Here on the second lap of the sprint race. pushes Tony Nielsen very far to the outside, but can Nielsen keep the position there actually? They go fighting into the last turn. Not much space left there for the Ferrari driver, but he goes into the lead, and Tony Nielsen has to defend from Michael Fernandez, and suddenly is back fighting with the Ferrari, and well, Rafael Sprang is leading again. Incredibly, and funnily enough, we have visitors right now, but that is a Ferrari fan. And I'll just leave a bit silent for you to have a look at what is happening here right now. Here I am again. This is Lucas Dirksen, and a bad qualifying for this kind of skill. We can only hope the best for him. Can he do it? Can't he do it? Going next level. 3-second time penalty. Already picked up 3 track limit warnings. It's not that hard here on this track to do so. And you will see Rafael Sprang puts in the fastest lap. He gets followed by someone, but Elvage decided to hide the banner. And oh, the Elvage retired. And it's a safety car. Safety car is out. Random Islander has a job to do now. There it is. The red Mercedes AMG safety car, which Grenading has to pass safely now. He did. Random Islander will wait now for rest drivers to catch up. And now the interesting thing is, I think no one will pit in a sprint race under the safety car, which is just stupid to do. Go. Drivers still going pretty quick actually, considering they didn't even reach Grand Mile there, because as soon as the first place is arriving at the safety car, then the delta is being ended, being unimportant, and now you can see Sprang having to slow down for a moment to not go over the speed limit they get during a safety car. So Delvage pinned it. Oh, and he's out. Oh, and he is sending a message saying Noah Fuchs, asking him what happened there. I'm not quite sure if this was really the fault of okay, Noah Fuchs is saying that apparently Delvage has left no space and then got pinned by Noah Fuchs, so not really the fault of Noah Fuchs by what we see right now. And there goes Bad Mylander, now having a field behind him, and I think we could even go racing in this lap already, which I hope we do. So Noah Fuchs. Innocent? If it took Pavlikowski, right? But I think By the looks of it, safety car will not go in this lap. Might have missed something. Hope it will stay out. Don't ask me why. Now we will get 3 total laps of racing left. Well, and 1 year ago, more than 1 year ago, I think around about 1.5 years ago, there was an idea by Lom1138. Hey, let's do a social race in F1 2021. Died pretty quick again, so it was actually 2 years ago then. Then 1.5 years ago, so half a year later, me and Lucas Turkson have picked up that idea again. And said, yep, let's do those, and planned 5 races to do. And we settled it eventually, okay, after 3 races we said, okay, let's end this and just don't do these 2 races. And instead prepare to open a complete league on F1 22. And, well, the first race of these 3 races that we did, it was at Silverstone, and is nowadays known as Season 0. And the intro you just saw before the sprint race, that was the intro that was played, or part of it was played back then. Here we go now for a safety car restart on the sprint race here at Silverstone, the track that Lom1138 Cup has raced the first time ever. And now we have a restart yet with a sprint race. Raffle Spring leads it. What back then Ely Hancock has led. And there we go, there's Lucas Starkson, who we can see pretty close to Ryo Montano. No, Slime King, never mind. Slime King, one of the only drivers who still remain on the grid today who raced back then. Similar like Lucas Starkson. Here we go. And there we go, Lucas Turkson goes there into the loop. There you go, I think it's the loop. Could be a different one. And here we go. What can he do? And he is passed. King going up into P4. I think that's actually the first position gain for Lucas Turkson in the whole of the race here. Sorry if you hear WhatsApp noises. My class chat is going wild. But I cannot mute it. And there we go, Noah, folks. He is past Joep van Leeuwen, or is he? Or can Joep van Leeuwen stay? Van Leeuwen stays ahead. Same does Max Lamville, who... Oh! Got attacked by the other Red Bull. Joep Pavlikovsky, and now Noah Fuchs has lost another. Go. Spring is leading. Here's Lucas Turkson. He is now aiming at the podium. A little quicker than Manuel Fernandez here, I think. Have a look. Oh, Manuel Fernandez! He makes a mistake here out of Chapel and loses big chops or chunks of speed. English is my first language. Let's have a look. Here, Manuel Fernandez now trying to defend from Slime King, who of course gained lots of time to him, and yeah, lots of distance actually too. And behind them you can see Rayo Montano. DRS gets enabled for the final lap of the race here, of the sprint race. And this will be interesting because this Alfa Romeo is chasing the Ferrari of Rafael's brain, Dominic Nielsen. He didn't get pole, he started from third into the sprint race. And he is now trying to get that pole position for the main race and those 8 extra points for the championship. But Rafael Sprague will surely need them because he lost the lead to Lucas Turkson in the championship. And behind you can see some overtaking. It is Manuel Fernandez who still kept defending from Slime King. And he really has to. And here we go, the two leaders. Slime King now again got past Manuel Fernandez, and oh, you can see Dominic Nielsen having so much speed that he had to back off from Rafael Sprague to not spin him or spin himself. And here we go, ERS full blast, and DRS fully open. Rafael Sprague's rear is flashing, so he got no ERS left, not really, and he's trying to hold that position. But he cannot. Dominic Nielsen goes into the lead on the final lap. And here we go. Under the braking, Rafael Sprague cannot do a thing. It is Dominic Nielsen taking the win here at the sprint race. And pole position for the main race at Silverstone. And Lucas Turkson goes on the podium. Here at the back there's a battle and Slime King spins over the line. Not sure if that was all too clean there. And here we go. It is Dominic Nielsen. He takes the win for the sprint race, and he takes 8 points from the sprint race, and he takes the pole position for the main race. And he's also driver of the day, going from third into first. He did 2 overtakes a day, lost 1, but he still gained back for the win. 8 points onto his account, and now it's time for him to gain 25 points, or 26 maybe, from the main race. And Fernandez, he still lost positions from P2, but considering he got promoted from Tier 2, it's still an amazing position. And he is here in P4, takes up 5 points for the championship. And we will see us in a moment after we play the intro once again. But let's have a look really quick at the race director. There we go. So now drivers can actually remove their warnings. It's goofy. Anyways, see you in a moment. Ignore the lower throttle. Yep, that's a truck. It's cloudy over Silverstone. Yeah, I will not leak any weather settings. So, every driver listening now, get prepared, bro. But you probably know it already. What the weather will be, I won't spoil the fans, I think. We're still waiting for the players to select their strategy, which actually gives us time to have a quick look at the standings, if they get refreshed already. I think they didn't. No, they didn't. That. Okay. Well then, no points. No, yeah. But we can see a formation lap. Hey, let's go. That's the formation lab. Everyone has hopefully loaded up their setup, although I think they don't even can. They were able to decide the strategy. Will Dirksen there. I think he missed the formation lab a bit, or he got someone who accidentally started there. Behind them. And let's have a look, as we're talking of strategies, the tires. So everybody's starting either on the mediums or the hard tires. So Tony Nielsen goes for the strategy, fly, and then chill. So to translate it, he's trying to get a gap formed at the beginning, and then just trying to bring it home on the hard tires on the second stint. Perfect Spring is trying to the other way around, try to follow Tony Nielsen somehow on the DRS on the worst tires. Then when pit stops come, get the mediums out and we overtake Tony Nielsen, who will be on the worst tires then. So that's basically the two strategies the drivers will go here now, but surely at least one front wing will fly and will force someone into a pit stop. Changing strategies, you can see the game proposing something very weird here. In the bottom, soft medium, it's an interesting strat. But let's have a look, if we can see it. Can get something interesting here today. Talking of strategies again, 27 seconds are lost if you pull into the pit lane and get yourself a tire switch. And lots of frames are lost if you drop this graphic on the screen. Now, cars around the final corner. Let's just have a look before the events. The points were looking like this, but of course, the sprint race result has changed a little bit of that. Okay, weird cameras here. Oh, and Ruffled Spring, he has a interesting grid position here. And here we have 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. Here we go. We can see Ruffled Spring again gets a bad start. But look at Dirksen, he gets a good one on the medium tires. On the better tires, he does it pretty good. And Ruffled Spring has to defend. Suddenly gets side by side with Dominic Nielsen. And he's up into the lead for now. Dominic Nielsen has to defend. There's a lot of real banging. Lucas Dirksen goes out the sausage trap, loses speed there. And Ruffled Spring stays in P2. But now he seems to get past Dominic Nielsen, who made a mistake on the exit there of the loop. Diving here into the next turn. Here they go. Lucas Dirksen's now having a look at the position of Ruffled Spring. It's called P2. Oh, he has to take a very wide line there. As Ruffled Spring leaves 0 space, and they look to leave a battle here through cups. Will it go good? It is. It did go good, and Ruffled Spring lost position now here at Silverstone on the start of the main race, but there are still enough laps to go. 25 to be exact. And Ruffled Spring has to take a look behind because there's Miles Fernandez with a lot of speed, surely using Eurostar. So Ruffled Spring, he's dropping down the order. Now down into P4 from what was a pole position at the start of the sprint. Now just, well, P4. And Magnus Fernandez goes back onto the podium. X-Sonic will be happy surely about that. Lucas Dirksen apparently is nearly left down on Tomic Nielsen. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh, this is new. Never seen two cars driving inside of each other. Both are Dale Page's AI and Van Leeuwen's AI. Not driving inside one. So you can see the Williams, he is actually real. And looks to be taking interesting lines there. Oh, that was Super Pavlikowski there. No, no, Fuchs, he spun. Look here, again. Front. There's my left run and test. Chasing down. Oh, apparently everyone is nearly a lap down. New things here in one. You see them every day. Let's hope for game to realize the mistake. It does. And Nielsen takes the fastest lap. And now the game fixed it. Now they're not all a lap down. For some reason. And DRS has been enabled. So now every driver who is within 1 second of the car ahead, you can see it on the left on the screen there, can open his rear ring, as you can see now on all the cars, following another car under 1 second. So this reduces the drag they produce and increases their speed on the straight. Oh, and that was Rufford's brain there, who went wide a bit. And my friend now starts to lose time on the cars ahead. They're taking a closer line through Ops, different to Dominic Hilton. By the way, is putting up a purple sector 1, so he is flying surely right now, trying to somehow keep the crazy Dutchman there behind him, and Lucas Turkson set the purple sector 2 now. So both cars are pretty quick here now. There's not much time for Lucas Turkson left to gain here on Dominic Nielsen before he has to attempt an overtake. But I know the Dutchman is smart. He will try to stay behind and not lose any time to the cars behind. Except he is way too quick. And go here. I had to mute myself for a moment. My parents were asking me. Okay, we're back on the racing. Lucas Dirksen chasing Dominic Nielsen. I really need to kill commentators. So if anyone's up to, join a league, and especially join tgis. Use esc.gg/t. Thank you. And here we go. Cops again. Not much happening here. Just some DRS trains. Dirksen going from Beckett's Chapel. Over the curb they go. And everybody right now is just following each other, trying to preserve the tires. And Lucas Dirksen actually is emptying his battery, pretty much. So this is a issue on Silverstone. Max Lanville. He is now being attacked by Milan Dirksen, who goes past, and there is also Ryan Montano, who had a look. Couldn't quite make it far enough. Oh, and Max Lanville takes the inside line here. Didn't quite work there. And there's a Steve van Leeuwen battling with Pim Groenewegen. Gets past, it is Steve van Leeuwen maybe. Oh, not quite, there's contact. Not too big to cause someone spinning. Van Leeuwen was very close to track limits. And here is Max Landveld getting attacked by Milan Dirksen once again. Dirksen goes wide. This was surely a track limit. Wheel banging. Wheel on a side pod banging. That was the word I searched in my mind. And there they go, side by side through cops. Max Landveld doesn't give up at all. Takes up a track limit there. But he goes past. Same as my voice goes somewhere else. There we go. Milan Dirksen can't make it like his brother does. Lots of stuff to learn there. And there they go. Whoa! Ryan Montano. Good that we can see the cars actually, because they go side by side here through the turn. Is Max Landville, who spins out in the last turn just like he did in qualifying actually at the end of it. And Manuel Bernadette still in P3. Well, Max Landville lost a lot of time there now. He's back in P13. That's a bit more of his territory there. And Joop van Leeuwen instead takes P9 now. So they kind of switched here where they should belong to. Oh ho! And Joop van Leeuwen thinks that he belongs at the rear of the Williams there ahead of him. Is Pim Groenewegen. Oh, and there's a spin for Joop van Leeuwen. Spins out of the Copse corner. Luke Johnson there dodges him. Just as a reflex, although there's no need to actually. Montano in P7. He goes past Willem Dirksen. Meanwhile, Max Landville picks up 3 seconds for track limits. So he went over the line the 3rd time now and picks up 3 seconds as a punishment for it. Dirksen, and this is black. Dirksen smart here, backs out in the intro of the corner. Gains a lot of speed here. Dives it in into turn 3. He stays alongside, but I think he won't get past in the turns. But he might have a look here now at the straight with the DRS done open. A good moment. There it is. He goes past. And there is Willem Dirksen up into P6 again. Now trailing his teammate by 7 seconds. Oh, and there was a spin. It was Max Landville. Perhaps I feed it up too much. Now he is at last. Spins again. So Max, if you hear me, careful when accelerating. Oh, this was close to track limits. Dirksen looking for a stroop ruffle there. Ryan Montano now looking for an overtake on Willem Dirksen. Goes alongside of them. And there we go. Up into P6. Goes it for Mr. Ryan Montano. And soft tires, they would go into the pit lane pretty much now. But if I have a look at the telemetry, I can see that many medium runners are at 30%, which is totally a tire percentage that you can still drive with. Although pretty soon you could start to see first pit stops, but I think it's up 12, 13 probably where we can see the pit stops. Or then people will have to sacrifice some time. And Landville now retired from the session in the pit lane. Seeing no reason anymore to even continue this. Nielsen, I think he surely realized that Dirksen's not really trying to overtake there. I think all of the top 4 have realized that trying an overtake is stupid. Will only lose time and break up any chances of getting this lead that all the drivers want here, especially here in the front of the top 4. Leads this DRS train. Needs to hold up the pace that they all need actually to somehow have a chance at a win they're pretty much in for now. And I'm not quite sure what I should commentate about now. As you might have realized already. Nice, the game is switching to a onboard perspective, whereas I want to go cameras. Thank you. Next level is left the lobby. I mean, why spectate? Pretty boring if you don't have a good commentator like me. Here they go. Not much happening, eh? Well, they're still just following each other here on Lydia's train. And slowly the strategies should be a thing, because 2 laps ago I said 30% as car usage, now we're 40. So, first thoughts of a should I undercut this guy or not will rise up now, and I would recommend anyone following a car to get their shit together and accelerate a bit, because they will risk losing the DRS to the car ahead, which could split this group here if they don't make a good in and out lap there. So Rapid Spraying now has to especially catch up, because Fernandez and Dirksen, they did pretty much do it to the car ahead, because now they're like 0.5. Oh, and Fernandez goes a little off. So searching for some Tatir. Fast driver now. So I can see his tire percentage, 45% currently. And they stay out for now, because 16 laps on a hard tire are also a bit of a task to do. And you Van Leeuwen, he picks up 3 seconds, he crossed the line for the third time now. He's not technically the only driver with a penalty on the track, but Max Lambert had one before. But he retired, so that's not counting anymore. It's unimportant anyways. Just a little shout out to Ryan Montino, who actually gained 4 positions already in this race. Kind of thing that, yeah, Dalevage's AI is farming overtakes right now. Being at 10 now. But ignoring that, currently it is very much the one with the most overtakes, sharing it with Bill and Dirksen, although Dirksen has lost 1 position more in the duration of this race. Let's have a look at the tires. The top 3 all on the mediums, it's pretty obvious why. Oh, and Sprang picks up 3 seconds, not good for him. That's definitely a big loss here in the fight for the lead to get. And here we go, position changes. From the start, Barefoot Spring has lost 2 positions. Meanwhile, Fernandez and Luke Dirksen have of course gained these 2 positions. Sharing 1. Dominic Nielsen is still there, where he started the race in. But he was in P2 for a short period of the race. And now we're slowly entering pit stop phase. Still again, 27 seconds lost during a pit stop, and there we go. There are people now going to the pit lane. It's Luke Toynison leading the field into the pit stop phase. And there we go, into his pit box. From the hards we go to the mediums for Luke Toynison. And a new front wing is included in the pack. Which actually quite surprises me, because, well, Luke is on the hard tires and he's now going with the mediums pretty early. Only one, of course, has overtaken him now. Due to him having to get a new front wing, and if only when he went on the hard tires, just as I promised. And they here on the front, they stay out. Oh, and this is Lucas Turkson having a little moment there. As you can see, nearly using the car. And it's pretty cloudy here at Silverstone, just the typical weather that you expect England to look like, pretty much. Rafi Sprang, he has catched up a lot to Manuel Fernandez, so if the Haasser goes in the pit lane next lap, then the chances of Rafi Sprang getting the DRS of Lucas Turkson instead are not too low now. Although Fernandez will have to accelerate up a bit too, in order to guarantee Rafi Sprang that thing. Otherwise, the Ferrari driver has to push a bit. 1.2 seconds right now. Meanwhile, Millen-Dodson goes past Pim Groenewegen. Not sure if this was caused due to a mistake or if it was just pure skill from Millen-Dodson, which is rare from him, but even rarer from Pim Groenewegen, who he just overtook. So it balances it. We just ignore that. Well, let's have a look here. Cars. Yeah, and there it is. Dominic Nielsen is entering the pit lane, getting 27 seconds onto his account, and there is Manuel Fernandez following. So now we can see the thing that I talked about. Rafi Sprang barely gets DRS yet, because he will have to use a little of energy, probably, to actually game here and stay in it, and this could actually boost him, because Manuel Fernandez, if they don't make a mistake, both of them, then they should be pretty much at a similar point then when they exit the pit lane again. Both. So when Rafi Sprang does. And with Rafi Sprang now technically being there where Fernandez was, when he entered the pit lane, this could be pretty close actually on the exit. So let's hope for the best in terms of battles. Meanwhile, Pim Groenewegen also entered the pit lane. There he is, and exiting it there, and could get a little bit alongside with Jip van Leeuwen there, I think. Oh, it's Hubert Pawlikowski actually, but he doesn't. Rafi Sprang, look, he really catched up to Lucas Turkson. So this will be an advantage in terms of pit strategy, and there he goes, he's past Lucas Turkson, he's back into the lead. A Ferrari leads the race again. And will he enter the pit lane? Dave's out. And Lucas Turkson does the same. They're on the hard tires. So then no, only Rafi Sprang is on the hard tires. Lucas Turkson again. Stretching the stint as much as he can, probably. Maybe looking at a potential soft tire at the end. Medium soft is the idea to follow here for him. With 12 laps to go, roundabout. This is not too unrealistic, although it will lose you a lot of time to begin with, and it's a lot of time you will have to catch up again. But Lucas Turkson has shown us in Qatar and in Austria that he can do that. And that it is actually a liable strategy in this league here to go for if you're in the lead. I tried it at Qatar, and I could have succeeded probably with a win if I didn't pin it. 3 laps to go, then. And there we go, Rafael Spring. He goes into the pit lane. So on the hard tires, Rafael Spring goes into the pit before Lucas Turkson does on the medium tire. Picks up his 27 seconds that he will lose in the pit lane. So let's have a look. Pit stop. Oh, this didn't look like a good turn in there, mate. So maybe it was only a good one. And he was a bit too early. Or maybe he was even too late. So he's leaving the pits now. Dominic Nielsen goes past. Magnus Fernandez goes past too. By a big gap actually. There they are. So pit strategy wasn't better. By 4 it wasn't better. Rafael Spring takes up P5 now. Which, ignoring Slam King, would put him back into the top 4. Basically where they were before. No, top 3 actually, so I think this can be close with Lucas Turkson, who's here in the lead. 28 seconds ahead of the Ferrari now, who will gain a lot of time now from on, because Lucas's tires are already on 69% now, and he's still continuing his drive. So I think he really is looking for that soft tire stint at the end, with a medium soft and a 50% league race, and winning it would be an impressive job. That you can see now he is getting close to Rafael Spring. Ryan Montano is way far behind, so P5 will be the new one for him, the new position. Oh, and this is a yellow flag there because I think Tim Carnevingen has gone. Yes, he did. So Luke Jonason will be catching pretty quick now. And Pavlikowski, he picks up 3 seconds. And he will get added at the end of the race. Let's watch Lucas Turkson now. How fast can he go through here? To the Cops corner. Shifts down to 7. So definitely not quick there. Qualifying, you can sometimes take it flat, and you can, if you look at the front on the front right tire, you can see blistering starting to appear, which is not a good sign, especially considering you're on 70% with your tire. And he's losing time very quick now, and he stays out again. Lucas Turkson goes for another lap here. And Silverstone tries another lap. Slam King quite catching, not really. He also stays out for a long time now. And technically, Lucas Turkson didn't even overtake a single car yet in this race. He only got overtaken once. And there we go, Rafael Spring picking up that fastest lap, P5 for him. And he is pretty close to Magnus Fernandez, which I just noticed. Oh, and there we go, it is. Side by side driving for them. This will lose them time. Why are you doing that, boys? And Dominic Nielsen is 4 seconds ahead of Magnus Fernandez, so you can tell he is in the lead now. Lead for this race. Although he is not physically in the lead, but right now he is only theoretically in the lead, and Luke Jonason just got past Joep van Leeuwen. Rafael Spring still following Magnus Fernandez, trying to get past that position, and Lucas Turkson just entered the pit lane. Same the Slam King. And Rafael Spring, he is past the Haas driver. This is Lucas Turkson crawling to pit lane, and the tires that were completely done are now replaced by fresh soft tires. And past goes Raffle Spring, past goes Miguel Fernandez. This is Lucas Dirksen leaving the pit lane with a total gap of 10 seconds, 11 seconds. Yeah, 11 seconds, we can settle on that. Dominic Nielsen, and he got 7 laps to go to catch Dominic Nielsen again. So let's spectate that one. Meanwhile, Miguel Fernandez, I will have to keep an eye on that one. You can see the difference he can and how fast he can take this. That's pretty much qualifying conditions that Lucas Dirksen is driving in now. Chase is going. 6.4 seconds to Miguel Fernandez now. I don't even think that he increases gap there. Opala, as we say in Germany. The accident there. Going around the final corners, starting a fast lap now probably. Using ERS. Oh, and that is Juppman Leeuwen. He spun. Gets overtaken by his teammate. And Noah Fuchs too. So not a good thing to get there. The closing of the laps being one of the last now. Pretty much ending your chances at points in this race by doing so. Jonathan, who I said was back in the top spots of the league, is pretty much out of the top spots of the league in this race. But it will get 2 positions guaranteed because of the cars of Delvich and Mark van Gelder being controlled by AI. And again, a purple sector 2 for Lucas Dirksen, but only improving his personal best in this sector by 0.095 seconds, so not a big gain actually. Goes here for another lap, and he gained lots of time there. A 128.0 for him now. And on the last lap he was a blistering 2.2 seconds faster than Miguel Fernandez, and exactly 0.6 seconds faster than Dominic Nielsen, so the gap there is not going down quick enough, and now Lucas Dirksen is a bit screwed, I'd say. Oh lord. Because now the cars ahead of him can pit too. And well, they will all close in, and everybody will go on soft tires now, except Lucas Dirksen, I think. And he will have some tire usage on them already. This is Luke Toynison. This is Noah Fuchs entering the pit lane, and Pavlikovsky just left his... Oh! Well, Leeuwen even lost his front wing there. The accident. Safety car is pretty much helping him. Catching back up again to the field. With a point scoring potential. Going a bit higher. And this is Dominic Nielsen, and Raffle Spring, he picks up 5 seconds in the pit lane. Speeding in it. This is not good. And here we have Lucas Dirksen. He will go past all the cars that he was trailing, up in the lead, but he will have them behind him again in few laps with them having fresher ones than he does. This will be a thrilling end to this race. Luke Starks will have to defend everything he got. Gronoving here. Picking up 3 seconds, but he got on track limits on their safety car. Congrats, bro. And Dirksen. Oh, you can see a helmet and now in your front wing. Driving a bit through the pit crew, I mean, why not? And well, now the field is going a bit closer together. This is Pim Groenewegen. Now everybody was in the pit lane, I think, in this last lap. Except the AI cars of Van Leeuwen. Wait, Van Leeuwen is an AI car? Well, never mind then. For some reason he's listed as P6 in the telemetry. Yeah, now this is significant because the field will take some time to get together again. I think 1 or 2 laps will be needed, and this will mean only 2 or 3 laps of racing. There's not much that Lucas Starks will have to defend. But still, on such a high-speed track like Silverstone, there's a lot of parts on the track where cars behind you with the fresher tires will surely gain on you. And well. Dirksen screwing himself with the late soft tire strategy again, like he did in Austria. No, Qatar actually. If you wonder, I'm eating a bit because I dinner pretty much for this week race. Now my whole family just gave it to me. And let's talk about what could happen now, because Field is fully catched up, and this will surely be the lap that the safety car will come in, so we get 2 laps of racing. 2 laps that, well, Lucas Dirksen will have to defend, and 11.6 kilometers. That has a big fat Alfa Romeo in his rear. And 11.6 kilometers for Mangled Fernandez get on to the podium position, which he surely will, because Raffles Sprang has 5 seconds on his account and he will drop down a lot if nothing big happens behind him. Because it will pretty much send him down the order. Can expect like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions lost, maybe? Oh, more, 10. 10, yeah, 10 could be realistic. 10, 8. That's something that you can expect Raffles Sprang to lose in kind of positions, which could put him out of the points actually. But we'll see at the end of this lap. I'll just stop eating now, because there it is, official. Lucas Dirksen. His rear wing. When will he accelerate? It is pretty silent now. Yeah, they're not that loud, but they will be in a short moment. As soon as Lucas Dirksen puts down his gas pedal. It's not now. Oh, Dominic Nielsen there. Backs up a little bit, and Lucas Dirksen now accelerates. So Dominic Nielsen fails to start and fails to hold grid with him. And Lucas Dirksen gets a big gap now to work with, to defend in the final few laps. Here at Silverstone, what can he do? It is really close here. He goes into the turn. Ryan Montano goes past the AI of Dale Vage. And Raffles Sprang still tries to follow. And Dominic Nielsen, what can he do? He is now again catched up to Dominic Nielsen. Pim Groenewegen has been spun around by Noah Fuchs, or other way around. Anyways, they both collided. Marvin Galda's AI gets overtaken by 2 cars. Not a big thing. And Luke Toynison goes past Dale Vage's AI. Oh, and here it is. Dominic Nielsen, he gets overtaken by Raffles Sprang, and Raffles Sprang looks to get past Lucas Dirksen. But these 5 seconds are still putting him down. But now Raffles Sprang got some gap to flee and gain a bit of time on the field behind them. And there we go, it is really close. Dominic Nielsen tries to get that position, tries to get P1, and it's not quite over yet. We go into the final race, in the final lap of racing this very round, and Dominic Nielsen is leading the race technically, because Raffles Sprang gets 5 seconds onto his account, takes the fastest lap, leading it. Let's have a look at that. Right now, Luke Toynison is fighting for P7 actually, too, against Raffles Sprang. And we can see Mangled Fernandez also has a look at this position that Lucas Dirksen is in right now. And he gets a pretty good exit, so this would be good for him to try and overtake on. Trying to get past Lucas Dirksen. Oh, and Lucas Dirksen, he moves late, but still fair, I'd say. Just racing, hard racing here. And Mangled Fernandez, he has passed up into P3. It's now his job to defend it. And Raffles Sprang, he is technically leading. But with his time penalty, he will surely lose it. And Lucas Dirksen now actually has to look behind him. Because there is a Slime King, also pretty close to him, trying to overtake him maybe. And Lucas Dirksen could be put back into the position he started the race in. Or at least a sprint race. And this is Dominic Nielsen going past Raffles Sprang to take a physical race lead 2 now. And Lucas Dirksen, he will stay there. That's good for him. Here we have Dominic Nielsen here on the final corner to win here at Silverstone. Ahead of Raffles Sprang, who will lose 10 positions. Mangled Fernandez goes into P2. Lucas Dirksen keeps the podium position. And Raffles Sprang drops down to P8. Close thing here at the end with the safety car, but it was amazing. And Dominic Nielsen, he picks up the first position here at Silverstone. Great race done by him. And we just have to wait for his teammate Noah Fuchs on the other end of the field, picking up the win. Dominic Nielsen, he gains another 25 points in the standings. And there we go. Elvacious AI, he can't start off today, which is a big lie. Actually, he wasn't. Mills Jackson did 9 overtakes in total, according to telemetry. Might have been a bit thing of the AIs there. Also, here we have Pavlikovsky apparently did 9, but I think Mills Jackson will be. And there we go, on the podium. Dominic Nielsen, with the Jupp van Leeuwen character, not Jupp van Leeuwen, Jano Opmeer character. Well, Jupp van Leeuwen and Jano Opmeer have absolutely nothing in common. Not even the skill. Well, surely not. Some guy showing up in the chat that I think I know. And there we go. Winner of today is Dominic Nielsen. He also is the total points winner, ahead of Magnus Fernandez, Lucas Dirksen, Slime King, Ryan Montana, Rufford Springer, Milan Dirksen, Luke Tonnison, Pavlikovsky, and the Elvacious AI. Then we have a look at the race incidents. And look quickly at the race results as they are themselves.